What's going on, Bird Gang? Philly Carnage here. I got the webcam off today because nobody really wants to see my ugly mug. So, it's that time of the year. We got, today. I'm making this video the night before, but today it is Wild Card Weekend. So, might as well get in here and throw out my projection, throw out my predictions of what I think is actually going to happen this weekend. So, I mean, it's going to be very, hit or miss. I don't, really want to be, biased as far as teams. So I'm going to try my best not to do that because, obviously I'm an Eagles fan. I absolutely hate Dallas. So I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, Philly's going all the way and Dallas is getting bounced first round. Even though I do think Dallas could end up getting, bounced there first round, that could not be the way that I'm going to go here through this video. So, one of the things that, before we get into this, YouTube algorithm, I'm still trying to figure out, but it loves the likes. So if you could do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. And also, if you're new to the channel, at 500 subscribers, we will be doing a jersey giveaway to one lucky subscriber. So, the quicker we hit that, the better, because then we can go ahead, we can get that out of the way, do all that good stuff. So, yeah, let's do it. Hit that subscribe button. It'll mean the world to me. So, with that, we might as well come in and talk about the Saturday games. Since, I'm going to get this video out here before the games even start at 4:30 Eastern Time. We got the Bengals against the Raiders, and then the Patriots taking on the Bills. So, might as well just go ahead and take a look at what is going on with the Cincinnati Bengals and the Las Vegas Raiders. The crazy thing about this game is it has been forever since one of these teams have won a playoff game. Texting wasn't invented until 1992. So therefore, the Bengals, nobody has ever been able to sit there and, text anybody about a Bengals victory because their last victory was in 1991. So yeah, I mean, how are you going to go ahead and text? What are you going to do? Grab that big old brick and, just try that whole little T9 thing? For some of you guys that, remember exactly what that is. Well, it wasn't available. And for the Raiders, the last time they made the playoffs was 2016 when they were one and done. They ended up getting bounced right in the wild card, but their most recent postseason win was 19 years ago. I was 11. 11. One of the biggest things with the Raiders this season is the adversity that they had to face. But between their head coach getting fired, their wide receiver, the future superstar speedster, not to really throw any puns in this, but he went a little too fast. Had a lot of off the field issues. Then they also lost what's his face, Arnett. He ended up trying to play some GTA pretty much on social media, and they ended up cutting him as well. And then there was a lot of talk there at the end. Videos have come out then since the game has ended that it really looks like the Raiders were going to play for that tie. That way, them and the Los Angeles Chargers would have got into the playoffs. But, Raiders, not the Raiders, the Chargers called the timeout. Raiders got the first down. Couldn't just knee it out then. You're in field goal range. Got to kick it. So that allowed the Raiders to make their appearance. With the Bengals, they didn't have the off the field, issues. Other than, maybe a couple things, not 100% sure whether Joe Burrow was going to be back to, what he was, whether he was going to really do what he did this year. I mean, I wouldn't even say that, because nobody really expected Burrow to come out and do what he did this year. So, I mean, just coming off that what was it, knee injury? It's crazy. The dude played fantastic. Shattered records. Passed 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns. A nice passer rating, 108.3, and had six. Yes, I said it. 6 300-yard passing games. Plus, he got reunited with his former college wide receiver Jamar Chase, who ended up, breaking Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco, whatever you want to call him. I mean, I honestly can't remember if he was a rookie there or whatnot, but he ended up with the most receiving yards ever by a Cincinnati receiver with 1,455 yards. Now, I really think the biggest difference in this game, I guess you would say that X factor, would be whether or not the Raiders' defensive line can get back there to Joe Burrow. Because in Week 11, they ended up playing, which the Bengals ended up winning 32-13, and they were unable to get pressure. The Raiders were. And Joe Mixon had one heck of a day. So with Max Crosby, old Mad Max, and Yannick Ngakoue, those guys need to get home. They need to go ahead, force pressure, make Joe Burrow get the ball out of his hands quick, and just disrupt the running game. As old Mad Max led the NFL in pressures with 101, and Ngakoue had a team high of 10 sacks. So that's going to be what they need to do. But I want to say the weather, it's going to be cold. There's a potential for some, I wouldn't say snow, but maybe a little light rain. But ultimately, I think it's going to be the Bengals that come out on top on this one. I think they're going to go ahead and be able to get out of this and move on to the divisional round. Now it comes down to the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. So, with the Bills, this could be the coldest game in Buffalo history. Could be sub-zero temperatures. I want to say kickoff, it's supposed to be like 5 degrees out. So, that fares well for the Patriots as far as the run game. But, this could be Jerry Hughes' last game. 12-year veteran. He's ready. He wants the opportunity to take it all the way to the Super Bowl. So will he come out and have one heck of a day? I guess we'll find out tomorrow night. Not only that, the Bills, after last year, that was their deepest playoff run in the last 27 years. And that was only to come up short against the Kansas City Chiefs. There's not much really to say about the Patriots. I mean, as we know, last year was the first time that Bill Belichick has missed the playoff in years. I don't even want to try to count, but years. They pretty much came down. Buffalo and the Patriots split the series this year as, a 14-10 loss by Buffalo in New England early December. And then they ended up getting a 33-21 victory there to go ahead and take the division. And, finishing 11-6, New England there at 10-7. So, I mean, really, we just got to go ahead. I say we, but, I think one of the biggest X factor in this game is going to be the home field. It's going to be crazy. Last year, with everything that was going on and, just the rules and regulations of how many players could be there. Well, players, but fans, they were only allowed 7,000. So, this is going to be completely different. It is going to be loud. Those fans up there in Buffalo, they love the cold. I really think, especially with the chance that The Patriots might have to go ahead and figure something out since Isaiah Wynn is questionable. There's a chance that he might not play. I think the Bills pull this out. I think the Bills end up going ahead and getting this victory, which would set up a Bengals-Titans as of right now in the divisional round. With that, we might as well just go ahead and finish up the Chiefs and the Steelers game there in the AFC. The Chiefs, they got high expectations. Coming off 2 AFC title games to the Steelers, who honestly shouldn't be in the playoffs. They got lucky. They got help. A lot of help there in that Week 18 game, Raiders-Chargers that we discussed earlier. Really, the only thing I could see, and we've seen it in the past as far as what exactly goes on, with big name players that are retiring, could just digging deep down into their playoff history, could the Steelers, with the possibility of Big Ben retiring this year, somehow find a way to win? In my opinion, TJ Watt needs to come out big and have a huge day. Just Big Ben needs to, not be that, can't move tree back there. But, really, there's not much to talk about this game. Honestly, I think it's a blowout. Chiefs win. So with that, we might as well just go ahead. Let's talk about the Rams and Cardinals. This game is going to probably be, in my opinion, the best one all wild card weekend. The reason for that is, Kyler Murray has never made the playoffs. So it's the first time for him. 2 years in, Cardinals have never made it. Matt Stafford, who the Rams traded for, has made it twice. He's been in the playoffs twice, but has not really been able to do anything with it. And, he's pretty much been trying to do something with it since Kyler Murray was in 7th grade. That's crazy to think. As, Stafford has been, by numbers, one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL for a while. And he played on the Detroit Lions. But the Rams pretty much went all out. As they continued to get rid of their first round pick like it's nothing. Like it's not worth a thing. To bring in old Matt Stafford. Then they made the trade for Von Miller. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what happens here. It's a tough one for me to pick. The Rams want to go ahead and try to make it all the way to the Super Bowl in their home stadium. But I don't know. I really don't know about this one. I'm torn because the Rams on paper have an amazing roster. So do the Cardinals. I haven't seen anything about J.J. Watt coming back yet, but there's a chance. But I'm going to do it. I'm going with the upset. Cardinals take this game and advance to the divisional. There's really not much talked about this game. I can't stand Dallas, so I don't even want to do research on them. Everyone talks about Trayvon Diggs being, an amazing corner. Whenever you give up over 1,000 yards and you're targeted all the time, yeah, you're going to go ahead. You're going to get a lot of picks because eventually you're going to get lucky. As much as I want to take the 49ers, I don't think they're going to be able to. I'd love to see Nick Bosa just destroy Tyron Smith. I don't even know who their other tackle is. As much as it pains me, Dallas wins. Dallas takes this home. Now this one's a lot to me, just because I said beginning of the year, Philly was going to finish with 6 wins. I was giving them 6. But I also said that they could be the team that surprises everyone. And they kind of were. It's supposed to be a rebuilding year. They made the playoffs as that 7 seed. And they still have 3 first-round picks. Kind of to put Tom Brady's, career in perspective whenever he goes up against, the Eagles. Jalen Hurts. This is his first year as a starter in Philly. He's the youngest quarterback to make the playoffs at 23. And when they played Tampa earlier in the year, they lost 28-22. Now, a lot of those points came in garbage time. I will give them that. But, just to kind of rally back, and now the Bucs don't have Godwin. They don't have AB. Gronk's banged up, as always. There's a chance. And, Philly has won 4 of the last 5. And, really, that last game didn't really count. Philly also has led the league in rushing. Now, down in Tampa, it's supposed to be like 75 and rain. So there is a chance that could benefit Philly. Now, Tom Brady, on the other hand, threw for a career-high 5,100 yards this year. And, he just balled out. It was disgusting. As he put together his finest season with the 3rd highest single season total in NFL history and 43 passing touchdowns. Dude was absolutely on fire. And just kind of put this into a trying to get a better look at this. Tom Brady's first playoff appearance. Jalen Hurts was 3 years old. 3. So Tom Brady, it is a lot of knowledge, experience against a very young squad. So with the entire Eagles defense, majority of their starters resting, Miles Sanders coming back, the Bucs without a bunch of people. I think there's a chance that they get Levante David back, which is going to be huge. I still think Tom Brady comes out of this. I think Philly's one and done. Finish up with the 16, 17, and I want to say 19th overall pick in the draft. All right, here in the divisional round, I really think, for this Cowboys-Bucs game, it's going to come down to coaching. Going to come down to, what quarterback is more consistent. Dak's a good quarterback. He is. Mike McCarthy, not a good coach. Bruce Arians, I think he's going to go ahead and pull this one out. Tom Brady's going to go ahead and, do his thing. And they're going to get the victory even with all their starters out. Over here in the Cardinals-Packers, Kyler Murray, there's a chance. But Aaron Rodgers, I got to go A-Rod. Coming, fresh off, just that the bye week, getting everybody rested. You can't go against Aaron Rodgers. And over here in the AFC, I don't think Mahomes is going to be able to do it. I really don't. I think Josh Allen is going to be able to go ahead and take the Bills to the AFC Conference Championship game. And I think they'll be able to do it. I really do. Too much pressure. Especially with Tyreek Hill still nursing that ankle injury or heel injury, whatever it is, and having to go up against the Steelers. Hasn't really had a lot of time to rest. I think Trey White's going to be able to do his thing. I had the Bills moving on. Now, this game's going to be interesting. The reason why I say that is I don't think the Titans are a very strong 1 seed at all. You got Julio Jones, who's been banged up, finally had his first receiving touchdown in Week 18. I don't even know what's up with A.J. Brown. Derrick Henry's 50-50. I don't know if he's going to be back yet. If he's back, I'd be enticed to take the Titans. But still, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, he's had a lot of time off, but that's still an injury. I don't know if he's going to... I mean, he's going to do his best to be 100% and, the original Derrick Henry. But I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, I think they're going to be too much for him. I think they're going to go ahead and advance. Now, when it comes to the conference championship game, this is where it's going to get interesting. I mean, I think, just the way that the Bills are, being at home, probably going to be a heck of a lot colder than it is here. I got to go with the Bills. Josh Allen doing his thing. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how Joe Burrow does there. In the NFC, the Packers. The Packers have the best home field advantage, especially when it comes late time. I still think they get it over Tom Brady. Just the amount of weapons that Tom has lost. I don't think that they'll be able to overcome Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones. Hell, even, A.J. Dillon, who's been balling out. I think he comes away and takes it. Aaron Rodgers advances. So after doing a little research, the Bills, they don't have Trey White. Like I said back here, or here, right here, yeah. Said about Trey White. They don't have him. But again, the defense has been doing their thing. I think they're able to still get that pressure on Mahomes. Still think they're going to be able to go ahead and get pressure on Joe Burrow. And Josh Allen's still going to do his thing. So when you look here at the Super Bowl matchup, if they had Trey White, I'd be enticed to take the Bills over the Packers. That way he could pretty much, lock down, I say that loosely, he could go ahead and stop Devontae Adams for the most part and still get a lot of pressure. But, Rasul Douglas, that entire Packers defense, they've been on fire lately. And what a better sweet ending than Aaron Rodgers coming away victorious. Potentially his last game for the Packers. But I think they're going to do it. I think Green Bay is going to take it. I think they're going to be our Super Bowl victors. So, yeah. Yeah, now that that's done, be sure to let me know down in the comments. What are your predictions? What do you think is going to happen? How close am I? What do you think, exactly is going to happen? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to, put as much, little details and, just general knowledge throughout this. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure to hit that like button. Like I said earlier in the video, YouTube algorithm really likes those likes. Really helps me out, pushes the video out a little bit more. And as always, if you're new, hit that subscribe button. We are pushing for that 500 subscriber giveaway. But until next time, peace out.